Good evening, Nick. It's Monday, April 13th, and 12-hour work days get really long and impede my thinking process. Oh, I had been forming the ideas for a great vlog this morning, and then went to work, and then forgot everything I was going to do. Someday I'll be good at vlogging. Today's not that day. Tomorrow's not looking great either. I also had a really awesome punishment for you. And then once again I forgot. Doing really good today. But I'll definitely have something for you Friday. That way you'll have all weekend to find a time to do it. And that'll be good. So Nick, I found your video on like the idea of like language drift and things not being the same necessarily from generation to generation. Really kind of cool. And it did kind of make me think about like the standardization of language and how that might have changed a lot of things. Maybe not even just the standardization of language. I mean, let's face it, writing in general probably made language a lot more static once it existed than before then, because then people only had like memory and could probably just make up whatever they wanted as they went. I mean, obviously it would be based on other stuff because humanity's like builds on top of the things they do. But even still, it's just so cool that we've got so many different languages, but at the same time, like, languages just don't feel like they changed that much. Like, Nick, I could read works that were written maybe 500 years ago in English, and while it would be tough because not everything was used the same, I could at least read it and make sense of it. Whereas if you go like 500 years before that, I don't even think they were using the Latin alphabet. Wait, one second, let me look that up. Okay, I lied. They've actually been using a version of the Latin alphabet for about 200 years at that point. It's still significantly more difficult to read, and that's only like doubling the amount of time. I don't even like reading things from like 100 or 200 years ago because it's still a little bit strangely written. So much drift over time. But like I said, standardization of languages has made that drift seem like it's slowed down. I don't feel like anything really changes that much, but that might just be my sense of time. But even if I go back to things like 50 years ago, it really doesn't feel like it's that different. Even 100 years ago, not that different. And I don't know, is that because schooling? Is it because I'm just not paying that much attention? I'm not that familiar with that many old texts? Because I haven't spoken to anybody from that long ago? I don't know, it just feels like there's just not much, or not nearly as much change now. Or maybe this just wasn't really well planned and I'm just kind of thinking as I'm going and then realizing I'm wrong as I'm going, and that's making it a lot less fun. But I really don't have time because there's like 25 minutes till midnight and I can't think of anything else to say, so I'm just kind of roll with what I've said so far and hope you can make sense of it. Hopefully something I said made sense to you, Nick, and I'll see you on Wednesday.